Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. What about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What's this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Did you kill your dad? December 27th at 2:11 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it, not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life, never. Nick? Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yeah, I do remember feeling faint. Right on, tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Let's talk about the trial. Larry, you really helped out at the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is, I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back then, when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yeah, in grade school. They saved me, Miles, and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Huh. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the beginning of spring, 4th grade. I was on trial, a class trial. A class trial? Oh, no. You remember, Larry, spring, 4th grade. A kid in my class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school is really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 still inside. Oh, man. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Of course he was. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in the class. So they thought you did it. Yeah. The kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial, with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty. He did it. Guilty. It was you. Thief. Give me my money back. You're such a meanie. No one will play with you. You just admitted you did it. You can't hide the truth. You were no good. Yeah, no borrowing my eraser. Or on the library committee. Give me back my 50 cents I loaned you. Hey, go... Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money, isn't it? It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Apologize to the class, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize and went over to where the boy was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. Hey, Edgeworth. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? Oh my god. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. I mean, if it was only that easy. Very well. I'll replace the money myself. Why don't you just do that in the fucking first one? This class trial's over. So we never found out who did it. Who's the little shit that stole it? That's how it happened. I need to go punt him off a roof. After that, the three of us were always friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I hadn't been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, you see. When something smells, it's usually the buds. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after the class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my dad. A famous defense attorney. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Yeah, I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd done anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see any of his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whenever he wanted to or not. whether he wanted to or not, in court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believed in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yeah. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick. Nick! Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who he is or what he is. I had settled for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. What's evidence we got rid of? Not much, actually. Let's go to detention center first, see if we can see Edgeworth. Visitor's room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 4th grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yeah, I seem to remember something like that, huh? Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyways. Well, also, you know, a kind of big event happened, like, right after in Edgeworth's life, so, I mean... Sorry if he doesn't remember one story. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That's sad. It does sound kind of the thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple, to a fault given, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but... I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Why prosecute? Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? Well, I can already give you a reason of probably why he did. I think it's very logical. It's that he did it to get justice for his father. Because he sees that, you know, everyone was against him and no one would, like, you know, no one could bring the man to justice. So he wants to do that. Why do you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? And they couldn't get him put away. Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yogi. He had to be the shooter in any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day 15 years ago. The three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory. Even now I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yogi had been not of sound mind due to oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. Lack of fucking evidence. Lack of evidence? Did the kid shoot him? No. He didn't shoot himself. There's literally one other person in the fucking elevator. Lack of evidence, my ass. That's why I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. I mean, I don't fucking blame you, buddy. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves the respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court and his personal life, He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. But is but that's, I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's not to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Well, it's more like I don't want to go into it with my fucking pants down again. Like, you have to really be prepared. Can I present you with anything? Not sure I can help you. Pistol bullet. What are you showing me this picture for? No reason. You know, I was impressed by your deduction in the trial today. Granted, you were at the end of your rope, but still. Nick, he noticed. Haha. Here's a parrot. Just making sure. It was that case that changed my life, and tomorrow on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow, could that be a coincidence? But, even if the case is finally closed on paper, it'll never be erased from my memory. Never. Or Mr. Edgeworth. Nick, no! That's a photo of his father, don't show him that. You're right. Now it probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. What is it? Nothing. Huh? Here's my attorney's badge. Let's just get out of here. Grossberg, anything new here? He's out again. When does he work anyway? Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Didn't want to come here, but only options. Criminal affairs. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Thanks, man. Hey, pal. Long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No prop, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Yeah, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch my criminal. Me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. No, no one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping. The woods are off limit to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad, no one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Interesting. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's been too busy with the trial to show up for work. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. I know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Oh, hello. What might you be doing here? Oh, God. Looking for a fucking criminal. Out for a walk, hmm? Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see? Mr. Grossberg. This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Caretaker shack. Can I open that fucking box now? Nobody's home. Hello? Squawk. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner gone, Polly. Hello? Squawk. I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello? Squawk. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. Yeah, I'm sure the fucking bird will. Anything under here? Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. It doesn't look like he used the kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What? You thought he was telling the truth? No shit. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number of the safe? Was it like 128? 12228. 1228. That was close. I'll take half credit. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Oh, but hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in here. I'm not sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Oh, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name have been on here? We found our motive. Revenge on Edgeworth set up. We can actually confirm that now, though of course you'll say, oh, how do we know that wasn't Edgeworth who wrote it? Go fuck yourself, buddy. How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is your time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail, how to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? Well, we got fucking conspiracy to commit fraud. Even though this isn't fraud, frame. I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. But we still can hit him for, murder, though. When he killed Robert Hammond, he called out Edgeworth. He was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Added letter from the safe to the court record. Yeah, that's a death blow. Ah! What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special on this week. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. Jesus. Anything new on these fish? Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean the pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us, so it's the caretaker, and we didn't see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? Okay, let's get out of here. Though I don't know where to go from here. Oh, that being said, actually, let me check if anything's in the bushes or the boats themselves. There's a forest here beyond these bushes. Nick, the forest! There's someone in there. You're right, there's a few policemen in there. They must be looking for the caretaker. Good luck. I was really hoping it would just be the old man there. There's some boats floating on the dock. The murder took place in a boat from this dock. Apparently the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Indeed, there's space for one more boat. Okay, nothing new. Let's go to the Grossberg. Are you kidding me? What didn't I investigate there? Oh, I probably had to go present this to Edgeworth. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge on me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant who got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter, then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now's your time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It almost says this your last chance. Last chance. Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? I mean, come on, guys, you have to know who he is. Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident, the one who was found innocent. Definitely. Yana Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, and it felt like forever. The earth thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. If anything, you should have just broken the fucking glass in there. Though I'm sure it's like tempered glass, so it's a hell of a lot harder. Or double pane glass at least. A hell of a lot harder to break. That's all I remembered. But theoretically speaking, if they broke the glass, then they have more oxygen coming in. Or they could also just pry the elevator doors open as well. And hopefully get something in there. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. I mean, to be fair, they probably didn't have much to force it open.